Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today you join me again in my Holden HSV GTS. Now I live quite a long way from where this car comes from. Now this car comes from Australia, as you probably know, and I live pretty much the opposite side of the world in Britain. Now one of the countries in Britain is called Wales, and there's a part of Wales called the Welsh Valleys. Now we are spoiled here with a lot of hidden roads, really good roads, amazing mountains, and it's my goal basically to shine a bit of light on some of these roads that I've stumbled upon. Today we're going to be going to a mountain road, and it takes you basically from one valley to another, and it forks off at the top, so you've got a choice of two different routes. So it's called the Bwlch, that's the mountain, and we're going to be setting off from, I think you'd class it as Pentre. So we're going to be leaving Pentre, we're going to go up, we're going to take the one route straight over to Nanty Moel, back from Nanty Moel, turn around, back up the Bwlch, then we're going to go down to Maesteg, turn around, back up, down into Pentre. Okay, so here we are on the Bwlch Mountain. Obviously I can go relatively quick. It's a 60-mile-an-hour road, but there's a lot of people up here today cycling, and we got to keep things legal. But yeah, it's a beautiful road. And as we get towards the top, there is much more technical roads, which means we can push the car a little harder whilst keeping it all legal. But even if you was in a camper van, I mean, the views up here, look at that. So I can look ahead, but I'm tilting the camera with it's mounted to a helmet, so I can look around for you. But awesome. And if you look right up there, you should be able to see like a mark where the road's been cut out the mountain. So that's pretty much where we're going to end up, right up there. Now at the top of this mountain it forks off, so there's two potential routes you can take. We're going to take both of them today. As you can see, pretty quite difficult to keep this thing under the speed limit if you're going to have fun with it. So but today we're going to probably not push it too hard. It's interesting, everyone's giving me looks as if I'm some illegal street racer with my helmet on. But it's the best way to get the camera mounted, unless I sellotape it to my face. But this is a nice bit of... This thing don't have blinking grip for a big old beast. Trouble, bang, up to the speed limit. But you can have fun without thrashing it. Some amazing views up here too. So we're leaving what the locals would call Tom Pentre, and this mountain is called the Bwlch. Depending on where this traffic goes will dictate probably our next route. So we can go straight ahead down to Nanty Moyle, or we can take a right, which will take us, if we go far enough, it'll take us to Port Talbot, where the Tata steelworks are. But we're not going there today because all the commuters are going that way. So we're going to go down the bottom first, and then we're going to go to then we're going to go down there afterwards. Now obviously with the cyclists, there seems to be some cycle event on, so we've got to be careful about that. But quite often, if you come up, especially in the weekday, it's relatively quiet up here. Now this is really technical down here, because the road, it tends to be different every time you come up here with all the subsidence, especially with the sheep. It's like a rally stage. But funny enough, they actually have the Welsh Rally not far from here. In fact, it's literally on that mountain there. So just that hill you can see in the distance, there's gravel lanes up there, and that's where they have some of the Welsh Rally stages. I come here once and it had sunk so far, I literally jumped my Evo and it dislodged a coilover in the top mount. So I've always got a respect for that bit of road ever since, and I know many others have had similar stories to tell. But anyway, that's enough talking. Let's listen to the V8. What's interesting is this car, just because of the way it sounds, you get some dirty looks. They think you're absolutely flying, but it's you know, not all attention's good, is it? Most attention's not, in fact. Give a little squirt up to the speed limit. Very talky car. The 6.2 V8, and then obviously the supercharger as well. But surprisingly, it's not as sketchy as you would probably expect it to be. It's actually really pretty good. Apparently once you start going supercharger pulleys, they get really leery very quick, but yeah, at standard power it just about manages to hold on. sheep are terrible today. It's not normally like this. You're all enjoying the sunshine by the looks of it. So we went down from Tonnapentra over the Bwlch down towards 19 Mile. We've turned around now. Just to recap, we're going to go on probably the more technical part of the mountain, and that is the stretch going down towards Port Talbot or Maesteg. That's an absolute amazing piece of tarmac when there's no cameras and you're in a GR Yaris, but usually that's the case in the middle of the night as well. But I say usually, if you ever do happen to be going over here late at night. I used to have a friend who lived over here, and occasionally I'd stay over there and we'd be heading back then. So I can't see us going 60 mile an hour with a moped in front, but you can see how tight this road is. Probably not a bad thing. There's a couple of slow bikes in front. Keeps us out of trouble. These views though. People drive all over up to the Alps to see cars like this. Little cheeky flash from a John Cooper Works, having fun. I think people are flashing me because I'm going too fast. And I'm like, why are you flashing? I'm only going 50. But they're just flashing because they like the car. These lads are pulling over for there's a viewing area there. This thing don't have flipping grip. Trouble, like you can't even get to the end of second gear. But you know, it's It's a lovely car and a lovely road, so I ain't gonna moan. Some of my earliest memories in cars are coming down here. I think the day I passed my test, I come up here in my little Ford Fiesta. I wonder how bumpy it'll be in performance. I've done it in track, and it is quite. The tarmac's just not good enough for track mode. But I wonder what it'll be like in performance. So I put it into performance now. We are heading down to the valley, the next valley over, and that's just the type of terrain that we live in around here. You've got lads here like on their motorbikes, obviously going up the mountains. You know, everyone's out enjoying the mountains. That's just what people do here. And look at that for a view ahead. Lovely bit of tarmac. Just a nice cruise now down back to Pentre. So Here once in someone's Porsche Cayenne, and they lost the back end right there. I was the most scared I've ever been in a car in my life, and it wasn't me, I was just in the passenger seat. But yeah, he was pushing a bit too hard, I think. Mid-engine, back end going, not Not a good mix. Now in my GR Yaris, this was my favourite section because the rally car sort of set up to it. It just absolutely ate this bit of tarmac. But this is a bit more of a handful. I mean, it still copes well. I wonder if they get any sheep at Bathurst. Is it kangaroos? I've seen them on the Nürburgring. He's a silly Billy, isn't he? Look at them views. Amazing. Little Jimmy doing some off-roading. They're all at it today. I wonder if there's a place we can pull over by here. I think it's time to head back down. It's a rare sight on the British roads. And here we are, back in Pentre. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. One of my absolute favourite roads, that is. I gotta be honest, this car in track mode and performance is quite a handful, because the tarmac's a little bumpy up the Bwlch. But in sport mode, which is one from the softest, the car handles it really well actually. So I can't really fault the car, but you definitely got to keep your wits about you with this much torque on such tight technical roads. But I hope you've enjoyed the content. If you have, I've got a lot more of these roads that I know about, and I think even a lot of the locals don't know they exist. So yeah, if you're interested or you like the content, give me a like down below and I'll make more of it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.